Welcome to Lost in Thoughts, a space for stories, reflections, and life's absurdities. Who am I? Well, I'm someone like you, navigating this wild world, often getting a little lost along the way. But maybe, just maybe, getting lost is how we find what matters most. So sit back, relax, and let's explore this beautiful mess together. The year is 1980. I'm 5 years old and I'm about to do my first impression of Ocean's 11, but it's really 1. Ocean's 1. Yeah, my heist. Now, normally, I'm not a kid. At the time, I wasn't a kid that got into too much trouble. But at school, let's say, I didn't grow up with a lot of money. I got the things that were needed. And during that time, I had all my stuff, but I didn't have all the latest toys or whatever and whatnot. But at school, I had some friends that had like the newest Transformers. And then there was another series of toys, I think called Autobots. I forgot the name, but it's like Transformers, but it's not Transformers. It was a competing brand. And so let me look at the brand. Okay, it was the GoBots. Anyways, I didn't have any of those. I was too young. These toys cost money. And I actually also don't even remember if I expressed to my parents of wanting to have these toys. Anyway, I felt the peer pressure of saying that, oh, I have one of these and I'll bring it tomorrow because I left it at home. Weeks ago, or a week before, we would go to, I think it was Stater Brothers. And at the time, Stater Brothers, these regular markets, they do have still now. They had a toy section, like a aisle that just had toys, and that's kind of where I spent my time while mom goes shopping. I'm out of her hair, and I'm looking at toys. And in this case, I am conscious of the toy that I want, and I do believe remembering asking my mom for this toy and never got it. So I knew where the toy existed. I knew I didn't have the toy. But in this case, I go home and then I know where the store is. So at some point, I leave the house. I walk maybe 4 blocks to the supermarket. I get there, I see the toy, I have no money, and I take this toy and stuff it under my shirt. And I attempt to walk out of the store with this toy under my shirt. Now, the security guard has already spotted me from the time I come in there, and before I make it out, I think I probably didn't make it out, but on the way out, he grabs me. And I could have ran. I think once I made it out the door, I thought I was home free. But at that point in time, I should have just bolted, But I didn't. I was still an innocent kid. I didn't even think about those things. I was like, wow, I guess I made it out. But imagine, this little little pint-sized kid with a huge, not huge, but it's a decent size, Transformer toy with packaging all up in your shirt, and you're wearing a fitted shirt. It's gotta look ridiculous. So I guess the security guard saw me from, he must have saw me from the cameras, because I didn't see him walking around, and then saw me for the cameras. And I mean, I probably looked conspicuous, or anyways, just as a kid just walking into the store by himself with no parent or adult supervision, and then goes immediately to the toy section. So I probably drew a little bit of attention from that standpoint. But anyways, he pulls me over, and I don't remember all the details of it because it's so long ago. But he asked me if I had what's under my shirt. Oh, nothing. Let me see what's under the shirt. Oh, all right, here you go. And then after that, he hauls me in to the office, and then I think he asked me if I had my parents' number or my mom's number, which I knew. My mom made sure that if we're going to be independent, at least we know the phone number. So I ended up calling Mom. She came and got me. She was furious. Profusely apologized for my mistake and my thievery, as you would put it, and said that I had money saved up, apparently from birthdays and Christmas, that I had I think $100 in my piggy bank, which I was completely unaware of, but I had this much money in my piggy bank. And she said that she would donate this to the store without, having them have to call the cops or whatever on me. Basically, it's like she punished me more than they would have punished me, and I was banned from the store. Which I don't remember. I think I might have went back once or twice, but I don't remember. But they say, yeah, you're banned from the store. And so I'm like, wow, okay, so you're gonna. And so literally, we went. They let us go. I think we either came back the same day or we came back the day after, next day. And sure enough, my piggy bank had $100, and I had to count that money out and give it to him. Now, I'm sure the security guard kept that cash and did whatever with it, had a blast. But that was a lot of money back then, and for a 5-year-old, it's extremely a lot of money. And I'm still kind of salty about it. And I kind of wish that, I was a little bit more informed, so at least I could have asked my mom to say, hey, could you give me $5 or whatever it was, so I could buy this toy, and I wouldn't have to try to take it. But that was the case. But here's the thing: had I put that money into the S&P 500 at that time, just that $100, right now I would have over $7,000. If I just contributed nothing else, I would have over $7,000. So that toy technically cost me $7,000 had I moved the money that way. But the one that puts a little bit more salt to this, let's say I added $20 a month for the next 45 years. I would have over $219,000. It's crazy that was a possibility for me. Now, in hindsight, in reality, it would have taken someone either that my father knew or my mother knew who was really well versed in finances to suggest that, because I never really got that suggestion even as I got older. So that would have taken that kind of luck or miracle to have someone kind of suggest that and say, hey, we should put that money into, hell, even if the security guard was like, I really appreciate you guys' honesty, but if you put this money into a S&P 500, you guys are gonna be well off. You're gonna be fine, and this is a better use of time. But don't come back. And this kind of, slap on the wrist type deal. I mean, what are they gonna do? Run? Put me in jail for whatever. I don't know. It was in 1980. I don't. What are they gonna do at that time? I mean, but anyways, to have almost $219,000. I just think had someone suggested that to me, putting $20 a month, that would have been tough. But when I'm 5 years old, but just to see that money grow, by the time I was 16, 17, 18 years old, and I'd seen that money grow from 5 years old, that would have been enough to kind of motivate me to keep putting even more money when I started really working, to even add more money and that could have grown even past those numbers for sure. But I just found it interesting that toy, which I never got, and I actually had to go back to school, and I really never talked about that to my classmates. Never mentioned it to anybody. Just said, yeah, I just don't have, didn't have a toy. Sorry. And that was the end of it. And I could have just done that and then still kept my $100 that I never knew I had, all nice and cool. So, stealing, not good. So don't do it. Invest your money. Let that money compound. That's how you grow it. And then you can buy all the toys you want. Because right now, I could go back and buy that toy real easy. And not even trip about it. Not even worry about it. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Lost in Thoughts. I am grateful to each and every one of you. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.